Yeah, so this is something that I've been wanting to know but never asked, so I'll ask you live. Why did you decide that it was important for us to really start learning about and using, the Oculus to learn about the metaverse?
Well, I'm going to show you some examples, Olivia, during our outline today. The biggest thing is in digital, if anybody's in digital, like how they've over and over for years, they've been talking about how video, like we need to invest more in video because video is where it's going. We are doing that with our YouTube channel and we see it. We see the results. Uh, when I first heard about the metaverse, we were shooting a commercial here for an event coming up at Christian Broadcasters. It's called For Momentum, and it's a whole video about not doing digital alone and how digital changes every day. And what does the future of digital look like? Well, I had a pair of Oculus glasses that I put on, and I started off with a video game. I just put it on, messed with it. I'm like, whoa, this is insane. So I started doing research, and I thought, do I need this to get in the metaverse? Because the reason why is because I know a lot of our broadcasters, Facebook is one of their biggest audience platforms still. So it's like if I have to have this headset, I want to know what is it like? What does the future look like? Because it's way further along than I imagined, especially after I
Mhm.
bought that. And what really spoke to me is when I put those glasses on and I started going in to the metaverse and experiencing two worlds that we're going to show you here in just a minute. I started connecting with real people and I realized that this is going to be a place if we're in the business, like if you're in radio, your business is not radio. If you're in Christian radio, your business is not radio. If you're doing videos as a Christian broadcaster, your business is not videos. Your business is all about helping people. If you're in a Christian broadcasting format of any kind, these are just different formats and different tools we use. So I can see how this is going to be when people put this headset on, they're going to use it as an escape from reality, an escape from their problems. And I realized, like, I felt like God was really putting on my heart that we need to pay attention to this because we need to go and be where the people need hope, where they need help, where they need encouragement, where they need pointed to the hope of life, pointed to Jesus. So that's why I decided, you know what, we need to really dive in, dig in deep into this, and help be a guide to other people in the industry to help them see and think a little bit differently about what this can look like for us. So, yeah, I see Brian says connecting with real people. Can you put that up on the screen right there? What does Brian
Yeah.
say there?
Yep.
Brian says connecting with real people. Are those people in the metaverse in the AC audience, or are they younger? This is very interesting. Now, and I
Yeah.
do want to let you guys know, I know we got a lot of videos to go through. We're going to start that pretty soon, but I want you to let you know, please put as many comments as you want. We're not going to be able to get to all of them, but we are going to try to pull up some every now and then, respond to them, have a Q&A at the end. But later throughout the day, we are going to be going to these social media platforms and responding back to you if we don't get to them on here. So, Brian, this is very interesting. You're asking, connecting with real people, are those people in the metaverse in the AC audience, or are they younger? Get this. I was just in a world probably about 2 3 weeks ago, and I was telling Olivia, I went to this world. It was created to make look like Hawaii. They had this big deck built, and I saw a whole group of people over on this deck talking. So I was like, well, I'm going to go over and hang out. I went over and was hanging out talking to them. There was a lady in there that was 89 years old. There is a huge range of age differences already in the metaverse. They're already in there. There's businesses already using it. So I'll show you another video here pretty soon of a restaurant that we went to where they actually have a lady working there. She's a mom and she has her kids in the back. And now I think they own this restaurant because very great. I mean, she came out afterwards, and when me and my son was visiting this restaurant, they fed us, talked to us. Afterwards, she came out and said, "Hey, thanks for coming. Can you?" They thanked me for coming to their virtual restaurant, people,
Yeah.
and I ate a burger in there. It sounds weird, but it didn't taste like nothing, like air, but I did eat it. So yeah, 89 years old, Don. So there is a wide range of ages there
Yeah.
in the metaverse already.
So I also will add to this as well, to Brian's question and thinking about different ages and all of that. The way that they say people are first going to be introduced to the metaverse is through gaming and games. And so oftentimes they think, oh, game, I'm not a gamer. That's for younger kids. Well, guess what, people? Have you ever heard of Wordle, Candy Crush, Farmville? You are all gamers. And so thinking about that and how over the weekend, my dad, my mom, me, we're all different ages, not just younger. We all used this headset to play games and different
Yeah.
things like that. So I think it's going to be for everyone for sure.
And I think that, and that's why we want to encourage you guys to ask as many questions as you want in the comments, because we will come back. Because here's the thing, we it's great right now to be asking questions. There is no wrong question. Okay, just put them out there. Let's talk about this. We're going to continue to go through this journey together. With that, I do want to go ahead and dive into some videos. If you're good with that, Olivia, are we good with that on the outline? Okay, cool. So I'm going to try to, like I said, I'm going to try to use this at the same time here. So I'm going to put up a banner here to kind of show you guys. This is what we're going to be talking about first. I'm going to show you the example. This is the lobby when you first get started. Actually, Olivia, there was something else that you told me about. We were actually, how many of you, let me know in the comments, how many of you saw our YouTube video from the Meta office? And I wanted to show you a video clip because there was something that didn't make it to that me and Olivia were in our Meta office talking about the importance behind understanding what this means. Like, this isn't just a video game. This is the future. So I'm going to play
Yeah.
that clip real quick before we go to the lobby. So with that, Olivia, I am going to go ahead and put on the Meta Olivia glasses
Met Olivia.
and let everybody see what you had to say.
The beginning of the internet was called Web 1.0, where you just looked at stuff. Web 2.0 is where we're at right now, which is, social things where so Web 1.0, you read things. Web 2.0, you read and create. Well, we're moving to Web 3.0, which is creating and experiencing. And so, again, it's not a matter of, oh, this is a cool, weird thing. Like, the world is moving to this.
Yeah, so I thought that was really good to play that and let everybody know, like, do research. Like, there is a change happening here. And I've been in the web industry since it started. Like, I've been in here through the whole progress of this. So to see this is a huge game changer. With that, I'm going to show the first video clip uh, from the actual. This is called the lobby. This is when you first power up the Oculus. This is what it's like. Now, I'm just going to talk when the video is playing to kind of let you guys know what's happening here. Okay, so with that, let me go ahead and play this next video clip. All right, so this is when you put on the glasses, you wind up in your lobby. There also, some people are calling it your personal office space. Like right now, I'm in my personal office space. And it's cool. You can actually go and change the setting and change what your personal office space looks like. This is called Classic House. I don't know what kind of classic house that looks like it's in Japan or something. But this is what it's like. You're looking around, checking out the area. You can actually, in some of these, you can actually change where you are in that personal office. Now, again, they are updating this, I mean, almost every day. There's going to be a couple more here to show you some other examples. You can even get to the point where, let's see, I think it might be this next one. This one, I love this one because there's balloons and you can actually hear the air. I don't know if you've noticed, Olivia, but the sound actually goes left to right. The further away you are from somebody, the further the sound gets. I mean, it's so real in these areas. It'll blow your mind. The next one was one of my favorites. It's kind of like a studio room here. And you'll see there's that's a little black desk that I've set up. So I'm standing right now and I'm going to go sit at the desk because here's what their plan is, their vision for this is happening. You see that monitor? There is not a real computer monitor in front of me at all. And you'll see my hands appear in a second because I have controllers, but you'll see like these dark hands. So you can start controlling things with your hands as well now. So here they goes. Here's my hands should appear here in just a second. So you don't have to even have controllers in some of these areas. See, you can click things with your hands in this meta space. Now, here's what's cool to know about this. The plan for this personal office space, and it probably won't be long, is that they're going to get to the point where they want to replace where we don't have to have these computers anymore. It's all going to be a virtual monitor, and it's all going to be connected to the cloud where it all syncs. So hardware, the hard drive space, it's all going to be syncing to the cloud and stuff. And we're all using the cloud on so many of our devices already. So that's the direction it's going, but that's your lobby. So you can really customize that. The next thing I want to show you is this is called Horizon World. So Horizon Worlds, I guess is what it's called. Now the Horizon Worlds, the video I'm going to show you is going to take you through, and I want to point out some stuff to you about this. But one thing I want to point out before we start is the Horizon Worlds are, you can build your own. You can build your own world, and you can already, with the way it's set up is it's not public while you're building it. And we've got some videos here showing you we're actually building a world right now. My son, he's 18, and he's actually getting paid to build a world for Killer Bee Marketing for the Christian radio broadcasting people. So he's already building it, and we're building radio studios. We are building this right now, people, for us all to come and hang out. But with that, let me go ahead and show you an example of what this actually looks like. So this is the way it starts off when you're going into Horizon World. Now you're going to see right here at the very beginning, you saw that. I think you saw that. Yeah. So it connects. I'm hitting buttons here. Okay. Let me rewind here just a little bit because that was pretty quick. All right. So you have to, on the Oculus, you have to have a Facebook account to connect. Now there's some things that's being talked about right now where people don't like that. And that's kind of like a whole other area we're not going to go in, but your audience is on Facebook. You know that. So that's why we're looking at this one right now. So you have to have a Facebook account. That is not my username, so don't try to look up that name. If you just want to look up my name on there and you have a headset, just go to killer.b, just the dot, the period, B. So it's not that. All right, fast forward a little bit here. This is something that's really cool. I saw this in Horizon Worlds when I first logged in, and I started immediately doing research because I loved how it says, hey, do you want to join their Horizon community on Facebook group? I was like, wait a minute. Facebook, we know, Olivia, has been pushing groups for how long now?
A long time.
A long time. And we see the reach in groups. You know, there's no algorithm you have to fight. It's a lot different. Now, here's the thing that is very interesting. When I did research, I'm like, okay, this must be a big piece to groups. And I did research and found out that there's reports from CNN. All these reports are talking about how Zuckerberg and them said that this is going to play a huge role with Facebook groups. So these worlds that you can create, I can already see this happening in the future, is like you're going to be able to connect with those people in your groups in the metaverse and really walk up, talk, have a conversation, record, do all these things. You can record things in the metaverse as well. So this is the direction it's going. So let me go ahead and keep playing this. But I wanted you to see that. Another thing that comes up is about safety. And I know like one of the cool things about this is you can block people. The way the headset works is if somebody's doing something inappropriately in the metaverse, then what happens is you have a watch, like an Apple Watch that appears, and you can report those people, and your headset records the last 60 seconds, and it goes to moderators for them to check out and review, and those people can be removed and stuff and penalized for doing things that they're not supposed to do. And they are on top of it. I went into a world, it was actually the Wendyverse, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. That's a world built by Wendy's. The Wendyverse, when I went in there, someone got reported for doing something inappropriately. And I think that's the right word. Is that the right word, Olivia?
Yep.
They got reported, and everybody that was in there got an alert that popped up and said, hey, do you agree? Like, so it's not just one person. Everybody in the room can say, yes, like we need to report this. And then it goes off and that person disappears. So they're taking that very seriously. This part right here, they're actually talking about how the worlds, when you first power up, it talks about the worlds are created by real people, and they're not just games. These are worlds built to have games. I went to theme parks. I went to cities. It's created for people to come and hang out and have community with each other. So that's what this is showing right here. And we're going to get to some real more like world stuff here in a second. The next step you have to do is you have to build an avatar. So it's a lot of fun. You can you can make yourself look however you want, really. This is me creating my avatar right now. Cool thing is you can actually have reactions. Like this is me like a kid seeing themselves in the mirror the first time, right? You can do like double thumbs up. It does the reactions like you would see on social media, those likes and stuff. Thumbs down, you can actually it changes your facial expression. And I have no doubt that all these things that you're doing in the worlds, they're going to somehow play in with an algorithm. You know,
Yeah.
what people are doing in the world. Are they happy? Or I have a feeling that's going to happen. What are your thoughts on that, Olivia?
Yeah, I have a feeling there's a reason why Meta decided to have those things on their Oculus. But one thing I wanted to make note, just because you're talking about this isn't just for gaming, but like you connect with other people. Oftentimes, when people see this, they do look at it as just a game and they're like, eh, but people are making real connections. Like you are connecting with real people. So that's something to keep in mind. The heart of the metaverse, I've heard over and over again, is community and authenticity.
Mm.
So these are things that it's not just all about gaming. So I want people to remember that
I want to.
side of it as well.
I think that's very important. So I've been experiencing of this thing called, if you've been on it, it's called Horizon Venues. So Horizon Venues is a place where you can go and do live events. And I've went to a basketball game, I went to a concert. And imagine this, you can't record stuff in the Horizon Venues because it is live events. But I want to paint a picture. I did take a selfie. You can take selfies in virtual world too, which you'll see that in the video. But I did take a snapshot of something in there I wanted you guys to see. As when you go into Horizon Venues, imagine walking into a theater. And a theater has different doors that you can go into different shows, whatever show you're going to. That's what Horizon Venues is like when you go in. You can choose what show you want to go to. You can look it up on an app. You can say, hey, remind me to go to this event, and it reminds you for you to join. So as through our experience, I actually went to a church service in the virtual world, because that's what I'm looking at going, okay, how can us as nonprofits and us as Christian radio broadcasters and churches, how can we use this? Because this is where people are going to go. And when I found this church event, I was shocked. There was already over 300 people that clicked that they were interested. So that means 300 people are getting notified about this live church service on Sundays. I went there, and this is what the experience was like. I walked down the aisle to go down and check the events. When I got by the church one, there was people outside welcoming me to the church, just saying, hey, how are you doing? Hallelujah, God loves you. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Like, this is like walking into a parking lot at a church. So I went on in. I want you to see this. I got this screenshot. I'm just going to put this picture up. I think this will work. Let's see. Okay, it's kind of over our faces, but you guys see it. This is actually, it might be a little bit hard. Again, you can't see the screen because it is probably because of copyrights. They don't allow you to take selfies and see that video. There's a whole church service playing right now. These are people in here, they were worshiping to the worship team playing right now. All these people were. And it gets even cooler than that. Olivia, when I was in there, a pastor showed up. And he's like, hey, everybody, I just wanted to say thanks for coming out. I'm one of the pastors here. He was sending friend requests to there was 25 of us in there right then. Right at 25 people. And he was sending us all friend requests and inviting us to come to their world. And their world, which you'll see in the video clip, they're already hosting live devotions and Bible studies at their church in this metaverse world. So yeah, it's being used for several different things. Another thing, before I go into the other world examples, I will also tell you that, Olivia, I walked into one venue. It was a live event showing you of different places around the world. And when I walked in there, you don't see this much on Facebook and stuff, but when I walked in, there was a guy that was standing there, and he was circled around for there's probably like around 8 people around him. And I just got close enough, because again, the sound is so real. I just got close enough where I could just hear what was going on. And it was a Jewish man. He made that statement. He's like, I am a Jewish man, and I'm trying, it's important that we love Muslims too. And I'm going, what the heck? This is so cool. This is like, not like what the heck, like we shouldn't love Muslims, not at all. Like we should love everybody.
Come
That's
on,
don't
Brian.
misquote that. Jeez.
This took a wild turn.
Don't report me to the metaverse. No, no. What's cool is like all these people, they really listened to what he had to say, and they had a good conversation about loving people. And I'm like, we always coach the people that we coach in the Christian broadcasting industry. We at Killer Bee, we don't look at these digital things as digital tools. And it's becoming more and more what we teach the companies that we work with. We teach all these stations and broadcasters that this is a digital mission field. That's where people are now. And that's where they're going to escape. Even on social media right now, on YouTube, whatever that platform is, there are people escaping to that. This virtual world is going to be another level. So this is a digital mission field. So keep that in mind as we keep going. I'm going to go ahead and show some more videos here from the actual metaverse world. So here's some examples of the worlds that we have went to. All right, so this is me right now. I'm going to Horizon World. It's going to load up here pretty just a second. And I think right here at the beginning, you can see some new worlds that's come up. This is Wendy's Verse right here. You guys see this? This is Wendy's Verse. So Wendy's, the restaurant, has a world. And what is so cool is I actually went there. I don't have that video because I don't know if there's anything to be careful of there, like copyrights. I don't know. So I didn't go in recording that. But I want to tell you, we did go into that. We were getting ready to head to Texas. And we around, hung out with people, met some people in there. And I got 2 free 10-piece nugget meals from going inside the Wendyverse. One for my wife, one for my son. And the businesses are using it. So think about that. Olivia, do you know any other brands that are using it right now? Is Wendy's the only big brand?
No, there are tons of brands that have, become an early adopter and have seen the importance of the metaverse. Coca-Cola, they actually released a special metaverse drink that it actually is going to come out in real life, but they debuted it in the metaverse. But one in particular that I thought was really cool is the brand Clinique. They do makeup products. So again, you wouldn't really think, why would a makeup brand where you physically need to put it on your face want to come into this space? But they realize the importance of, being a part of it. So they wanted to do NFTs, but they didn't want to
Hmm.
sell NFTs. So they decided to do a giveaway. So they did this Meta Optimus NFT where they gave 3 people, you had to submit a story of how you continued to stay optimistic, see hope in the
Hmm.
pandemic. So they did use their social medias to gather all the entries. And then they announced the winners on their social media platforms. But 3 people get these NFTs, and for 10 years, you get free makeup, like free
Wow.
makeup. Yeah. And they also get early access to there's really viral makeup that sometimes you can't find because it's so popular. Well, they get access to that early.
Wow.
So it's just really cool. Again, highlighting hope and all of those things in the world. And again,
Yeah.
does it make sense for a beauty product that you can't buy to be in the world? Maybe not, but they're, tailoring it to make it work.
Well, and NFTs is a whole other topic. If anybody's thinking about like how's that playing a role with metaverse and stuff like that, like I think Gary Vee just put a video out and it was like I think the easiest way to kind of just get your mind wrapped around what NFTs are. NFTs, imagine like if you play a video game, how you can go and buy certain clothing in the video game. You can spend, real money on fake money to get clothes that you can wear or, skins and stuff like that. That's basically what NFTs are in the metaverse. And he put out an example. He said, imagine Chipotle creating a golden burrito and sticking it in the metaverse. And whoever finds that golden burrito gets burritos for free for the rest of their life. That's NFTs. And people are going to be in there searching and doing stuff. So yeah, it's already there, and they already know, like they already have some NFTs out there. What I've been reading, but they haven't transitioned where you can take it from world to world. But they're working on it.
Yeah.
Don, I see Don posted venues does sound very intriguing. I haven't been to anything yet. Don, go check out the venues. It's very cool.
Yeah.
All right, let me go back to the video real quick because I want to keep moving here. Oops, I just changed something here, and let's see. Here we go. We're gonna keep playing this, and I'm gonna skip some videos. So if you guys make sure you check out our YouTube because we'll post more later. See, okay, so this is the Horizon World. You're going into Horizon Worlds right now. They actually have contests. That was a contest that I was showing. I'm taking you into a world that we're building right now. But they have contests where you can enter a world, and they're giving like $30,000, $20,000, $10,000. So this is a world that we're building right now, and you can choose the nighttime, the scripts, do all this. My son is working on it. We're calling it the Killer Bee Hangout. The cool thing about this is if you find people that can do scripting, we actually started writing scripting where you can actually make these fans rotate. You're going to see this in just a second. Probably not the best camera angle on this, but just to give you an idea, there's a lot you can do in here. But you build these worlds for people to come hang out. So there we go. We've got a fan rotating. We're going to take you over here in just a second. This is all built of shapes. Here we go. There's the moon setting over by the ocean. We're going to have chairs out there for everybody to sit and talk. We have a bonfire that we just got done, finished working on. We created all these trees, paint everything, light bulbs. And we're working on right now these marshmallows. You can actually go to the world and roast marshmallows. And we're working on that right now as well. So you can see, like, you can really create an experience for people in these worlds if you get into it. The other thing, let's see, where am I going to go to? Oh, okay. I'm going to take you guys to the church. This is the church. So I went back and redid a recording afterwards. But when I went to this world after the church service, and the pastors were there meeting people were walking around. So I'm just going to take you through a walkthrough. This is what it was like. When you went into the building, there's no sound on this, but when you walk in, the worship music is playing over the speakers. They're playing over the speakers. You can hear the music. They have signage everywhere. This is just to help give you some ideas. They have text on the walls telling you like how you can visit certain things online and stuff. Even that's changed now. You have some signs on the wall to kind of encourage people, right? You want to encourage people. They have Bible verses. Here's a coffee shop that you can go and get coffee. I actually went there and some lady was helping me get coffee. And then she gave me a high five. Like, you can give each other high fives. This is my poor coffee experience here. I'm not good at this. But here's what's really cool about this. Like, even the text on the wall, now they've already done improvements where now, like, you can go places and messages will pop up. You don't have to be all text like this all the time. But here's cool. Like, look at this. Check this out. Here's a need prayer. Text this number. This is in the metaverse. Again, how do you connect with people that are hurting, that are escaping to this? These are all ways that you can do this. Someone created this shuffleboard game. Again, you're even bringing gaming into these environments. So if you have like a youth at your church, this might be a cool place for them to hang out and play games there. Lastly, I'm going to walk into, they actually have a sanctuary in here, an auditorium. I haven't been to one of their Bible studies yet, but I'm guessing this is probably where they have it. You can control sounds and stuff like that. And pretty soon here, you're going to see me pull out my selfie stick to take a picture. As that keeps playing, I want you guys to be thinking about this. Like, these are the ways that we can use the metaverse to connect to people. And I purposely went in there at times when people weren't in here in these areas, because I didn't want to have people on camera that didn't want to be on camera if I was recording and stuff. So whether you can take selfies, you can take the picture, download them to your phone, post them. You'll see it here. I want to share this. I can share it right to Facebook right here. I can click, leave a comment, tag people, all that stuff. So cool. That's the church world that I was visiting there. And you can also give them a like and favorite, save that world so you can go back to later. So that is the example of the church. Now we got more for you, so hang in there. Olivia, as I'm getting the next clip here ready, let me know if there's something else that you want to mention while I'm pulling up this next section here.
Yeah, as we just continue to, like, just as we coach people, on social, we always get asked the question, how do we reach a younger audience and things like that? And I think my personal opinion is it's going to be this. I don't even know, in the future, Gen Z, they're saying they're not even really going to be on Instagram, do social apps and things like that. So it'll just be interesting to, I think this is how to reach, younger people.
So I am gonna skip some clips here. I'll show you guys the restaurant that me and my son. This is gonna have some sound. Hopefully this sounds loud enough, but we went to a place called Bad Burger, and you're gonna see there was actually people here that were working. The lady was working. This is what I was talking about earlier. There was a girl in the back that brought us out food later. And again, when we were leaving, she came out and said, thanks for coming to the world and stuff. But I want you to see this, but we're going to do a couple things in here. At the very beginning, we start off, we're practicing, like, you can do high fives, you can do fist bumps. If you want to become friends with people, you can like click on their name above them right now. But some of the worlds or some of the apps, you can actually shake hands already and become friends. And then they have this thing called parties. You can create a party. What that means is you can hold out your hands or your fist, and it starts glowing, and you're going to see this happen. And that way, like, if Olivia, me, and Ashton are all in there, we can hold our hands together and create a party where only we can hear each other talk, or we can set it where only people like so close to us can hear us talking, but we can travel to different worlds and different events together. One more thing I want to tell you about the worlds as I get ready to show you this clip is that they've already upped it. It used to be where you could just create, it was a public world people could come to. Now you can create events in your worlds. What that means is you can create a public world where people can come, but you can schedule a private or closed event for your world. So my world can be public. I can have maybe we're going to have a live prayer time and we're going to invite people. They can come in. They just have to accept the invitation to the private prayer time. If they accept it, it can be the exact same time. People can still go to the world and the public and they can't see anybody in the private, and the private people that signed up for the private event won't see anybody there, but it's sharing the same world and you can come and connect with each other in private sessions. So I see a lot happening there that you could do as Christian broadcasters with live interviews, all these different things, devotions, prayer time. Like, this is happening and it's already here. So, but with this, here's the video. I'm going to skip a video here and I'm going to go ahead and show this. This is me and my son hanging out at Bad Burger is what it's called. This is how you create the party thing.
So check it out, man. There's like people like in there working.
So right now, only me and him can hear each other.
Let's walk in there and see what's going on. They're cooking. It's a Bad Burger place. She's probably gonna want to talk to us, I bet.
I did not plan on recording this, so I'm pretty like, she might want to talk to us. But you can change these settings where, again, only certain people can hear you. That was the creepy voice on Welcome to Bad Burger.
Bad Burger? You look like you're holding your stomach, like you're hungry.
Oh.
You want a Bad Burger?
Sure.
All right, so we ordered Bad Burgers. They were delicious. Actually, when they gave me the tray, I walked out and I dropped it all over the floor. I should have recorded all that. And they came over and brought me a shake and said, "Here's a new shake." And my son Ashton, he's like, "I'll take that." I'm like, "Hey, you just took my shake. Like, I'm gonna report you." But it's fun. We're just experimenting, checking out some things. But the lady was actually working in there, and some places you go into, and here's something else to think about. We've went into cities where they're actually modeling tiny homes and they're selling the models. You can actually go into the model, walk around, and Olivia, on the walls, they have their Instagram handles. On the TVs, they have their YouTube links. They're telling you how to connect with them outside of this as well on these social media platforms. So branding and marketing, you have to start thinking about the customer's journey in the metaverse as well.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
all right, we're about midway through right now. I want to one more time. We got some other stuff that I want you guys hang in there. I want you to see what the entertainment is looking like in this as well. But as we get ready to go in there, I want to just real quickly. I don't know if you have any questions you want to put up on the screen right now, Olivia. I'm trying to wrap this up so we have a little bit of time for some questions at the end as well. Let's see.
I mean, this was a good comment from Laura because this is how I felt when I first started this. Her mind is blown. That's how I
Yeah.
am every time I put the headset on. I'm just like, wow.
Every time. It does not feel like you're in the room. Like literally that
No.
clean office lobby. My office could be a total mess, but when you're like meeting in office spaces, like again, here's our YouTube link. Let me put that up. If you guys want to check it out, we have a video. I'm going to play a clip, like a little teaser clip. I think that was where I'm supposed to do that right here. Yeah. A little teaser clip about that as we prepared for this YouTube video that we recorded in the metaverse. I'm only playing this to let you know, like, even in the metaverse, you need to be preparing, practicing, and experimenting. Like this is the stage we're in right now. So show prep that exists in the metaverse, and you're going to see that. That's what me and Olivia is doing. But again, you go check out you can watch this full episode at our YouTube channel at killerb.tv. And again, click subscribe if you can. Olivia, you want to give them, actually, after I play this clip, it's really short, of us preparing for our YouTube recording in the metaverse. After that, if you want to give 3 tips and maybe to kind of get people going, like what they should be thinking about, and then we'll go into this final clips that we have to show. So with that, let me go ahead and put this up on the screen. Okay, this is me and Olivia, me and Meta Olivia, preparing for our YouTube recording, and Ashton was on the other side with another pair of glasses recording. his instructions was to follow us slowly with his eyes, so it felt like a real show. So here he goes.
Does that look good?
That
Oh.
looks good.
So let me.
Whew, here I am.
Okay, so before I did that magical teleportation, this dry erase board, guys, let me tell you how realistic this is. I'm sitting at my desk. I can choose that I want to go and write at the dry erase board. When I do that, all this virtual reality goes away and I see everything in black and white. The real reality in black and white. I turn around and here is this glowing dry erase board. I go up to it and I click OK, and it turns into a cartoon virtual. Like it's a real board. I'm actually writing on the board. I did that with a piece of chalk, writing that out. So that's what I was doing prior to this recording. So just wanted to let you know that. Very cool, very realistic. You can actually the controller, you have to flip it to make it use it as a marker, and it actually vibrates when you're writing on it. So crazy. All right, with that, teleportation time.
Whew, here I am. All right, you're ready to record, Ash? Okay, cool. I want to make sure I can see my hands. Okay, good. My hands are good. All right. Oh, my computer screen just disappeared. Let's reconnect. I need to see my.
You have to test for technical issues, even in the metaverse.
Yeah.
All right.
You see me itching my arm?
Yeah. So in the room, you'll see a thing at the bottom that says Metaverse questions. Right below notes, files, and links. And if you click that, you'll see like names.
Your stuff is
Also,
popping
we're
up.
actually using our real computers. Like we can
Yes.
see our actual computers that
Am I
we
looking up at-
use in the real world on those screens.
Yes.
Keyboard, everything.
You see me cracking my fingers. I'm like itching my arm. Like this is all real stuff that's happening. We don't have
Yeah.
any controllers in our hands right now. We're
No,
using our hand, typing on a real keyboard, like she
I'm
said.
using my mouse. That's why I'm looking so weird.
It's amazing. You can share your computer screen up on the wall. I mean, this is legit. All those stuff, the signage, you upload that, you put these posters up, you do that to make the office your own. So, but so Horizon, this is called Horizon. Let me get this right. Horizon Workrooms. This is an environment that's built for collaboration, for you to get with your teams and come together and collaborate. So, so I don't want you to understand what that app is specifically designed for. Now, this is going to blow your guys' minds. I don't have videos of this yet, but there's already apps. Laura, your mind's going to get blown more. They already have apps developed that you can use right now to actually set up real conferences. I mean, like you can design the whole walkway where people go into. I went to a museum in one of the worlds where actually it's a museum. I didn't play this clip. They have a museum built where you walk around and you see things like you would in a museum, and it's giving you facts and all these things and names like you would in a museum. The conference app is built where you can set up sponsored booths where they can have videos, like they can have people there working a booth like you would at an event. Radio stations, you guys will understand this. When you're at an event, you have a promotion booth set up. This is possible in real conferences there, and you can have speakers set up. It's crazy where this is going, but this is already here. It's already happening, and they're just making it better right now as we speak right now. So big difference. Olivia, 3 things. Let's go with 3 things real quick, and then I'm going to show one more clip, and we're going to ask some questions. Leave it open for any questions. So 3 steps right now. What should people be thinking about?
3 steps. So number 1, super easy, but like I would recommend investing in a headset. So like I said, we use the Oculus, but invest in it. And there's a link that you can use just to get, a feeling of what it's like and what people are experiencing. Number 2, I would say educate yourself, like read as many articles or research and all of those different things, because you don't want to all of a sudden be fumbling around of like, oh shoot, maybe we should have started thinking about the metaverse. And number 3 is even just looking around at your station or organization and just thinking about like, do we have people in the building that could bring us into the metaverse space, or building teams that, they're going to be your metaverse team. And if you don't, then thinking about how do we put it in our budget to hire someone that can help us? Because again, You heard it here and multiple places. This is not a fad. This is the future. This
Yeah.
is where marketing and all of that is going.
It's not just like, this isn't just something random thing Killer Bees just jumping into and just to play around. Like, we're really, there's big businesses using this. We all see this. This is Web 3.0. This is where things are going. Like, I'm paying my son to build worlds because he's already had experience doing it. I have another brother who actually does all this scripting for a logistics company. This logistics company have bought multiple headsets and they're building worlds for training. And they're actually, taking it to a conference in June. So this is like legit. And, follow us at killerbeemarketing.com. If you guys, we're going to be posting more blogs about it. But I do want to say about if you are going to buy a set of Oculus, I don't want this to be no surprise. This is an affiliate link. We do these videos every month for free. So if you're going to buy some, we only get I think it's like 10 or 11%. But if you click that link and go buy them on Amazon, because that way it just helps fund for what we're doing right now and setting aside this time. So we'll put this link in the video descriptions later as well. With that, let's go ahead and dive back in. I want to skip all the way forward here. Let me see where I'm going to go here, Olivia, because I know we only got a couple more minutes. I want to get to the most important thing here. All right. Here's the reason why Killer Bee Marketing is we moving forward are focusing still coaching on digital, how social media, how you build real relationships on these platforms. But for the future, we are really investing a lot in video and in the metaverse and where these things are going. And we're going to continue to do coaching. Again, like, we're not jumping out of social media. This is all going to play together. But you're not going to see us diving into trying to figure out podcasting and stuff, because, there's a lot of coaches that are doing that. And we're going to point you to some coaches for that as well, if I can talk right. We're going to help point you in those directions, but we're going to really focus on video. And here's the reason why. When you meet hurting people in this world, here's a video clip I'm going to play real quick. And then I've got one more for you. Let's see if I click the right one. We did a test on this because the way I look at it is, if you start building real relationships, in our YouTube video, I asked Olivia the question, do you think this could be the end of the word followers? And I agree. I think that this is going to change. Like, we don't really want followers. We want friends. And this is going to be a totally different friend than I have friends on Facebook. Like, you're not just going to be friends with people unless you want to sit across the room from them and talk to them. It's going to be a lot more realistic friends in the virtual world. It's probably not the right way to say it, but.
Well, you're not going to be passive friends. On Facebook, you can just scroll through. You're going to be active friends. Actually, making those connections.
Yes. So here's where I see a big play with video options. Me and Olivia tested this. I said, imagine you're a church, or imagine you're a Christian broadcaster. You have this world created. You're hanging out with people. And you start building trust. This is what we talk about when it comes to coaching on digital. Again, these are digital mission fields, not just digital tools. So it comes with building a relationship. And once you start connecting with somebody and building a real relationship, they feel like they trust you. That's when people start opening it up to you. And this is where what your business is really all about can start flourishing. Because when you start building relationships, somebody might open up to Olivia and say, you know what? I come to this metaverse, or I come to this church service in the metaverse because I'm in an abusive relationship. And I can never get away with going to church, so I come in here. Imagine talks like that happening. Or I struggle with addictions. I came to your prayer group, and I just wanted to ask you guys to pray for me because I've been dealing with addictions. Okay, if you have a relationship with somebody, now you have the opportunity to say, hey, you know what? We have a video from the radio station, or wherever you're at, your church. We have a video. Do you mind if I send you that in a message? Here's what it looks like. If Olivia said, yeah, go ahead and send me that. So I can send her a message. It pops up in the virtual world just like this, and she can click the video in the virtual world. And this is the way that you can kind of bring reality from a real person talking to that person in the virtual world. So imagine sending somebody in that situation a video that's talking about how God loves them. Maybe they're in an abusive relationship and they don't feel like they feel unlovable, like they're broken. You got to focus on, how do we connect with those people and send them Jesus in this? How do we tell them the truth? And this is a great way. You might not be able to sit and have a whole conversation, but you can send them a message and they can click the next time they're on there, or right then, and go watch that video right there in the virtual world, where whoever's hurting them, whatever situation they're in, it's just them in that video in the virtual world. So this is a reason why that we're really focusing on these two areas. Now, with that, Did I miss anything, Olivia, on that? Because I want to share this last video clip. All right.
Nope.
I was going to share a whole bunch of videos with you guys, but I don't have time. I am going to show this one video clip. This is YouTube VR. This is a whole change. There's a couple little clips in here I'll kind of walk you through, but at the very end is something I want to point out. That's really important. Let me go ahead and hide this screen right there. Okay. You guys ready for this? Here we go. This is YouTube VR. Now, YouTube VR is a whole different level. I told my son, I was like, you're never going to want to buy another big screen TV again. He said, I doubt it, Dad. You put these on, he said, you're right. I don't need to buy another big screen. Imagine sitting in your own room, and this is like a personal movie theater. Everything's 3D. You can change the size of the screen. You can read the comments, write comments, change the sound. You'll see me go into the setting here in just a second where I'm actually going to change you can change the TV. Like right now it's bowed. So you can make it not curved. There's our video coach, John Owens from Frame Voyager. You see, you can change the curved screen. You can make the screen bigger, larger. You can move it back and forward with your controller. I'm doing all this with my hands right now. So that's why it's kind of moving around. I'm just showing you how you can do this. So YouTube VR is a whole different world. Now, I'm going to go and I'm going to take you guys to a 360 video. This is me in a balloon, okay? Okay, I'm terrified of heights. You will never see me doing this, and this is probably why I do it in VR. And though I do it in VR, I feel very nauseous doing it. Like this guy just like, he's like, hey, see you later. And he just, let's go. And see like that. Okay, that even freaked me out in the VR headset. Okay, so this is very realistic. I don't know what this is called, but it's like one of those flying things with a big fan. Do you know what that's called, Olivia?
I don't.
We'll call it the big flying thing with the fan. The big giant fan was taking me around the world where I was looking down on houses and castles. Very cool. Again, very nauseous. I don't know why I do the height stuff in the VR world. I guess it's just because there's no way I'll do it in real life. Okay, after this clip, I want to show you something that's really important for us all to get. This is a beautiful scene. You see, like I spun around and they have their production company logo there. Very cool. But I'm getting to see like these beautiful waterfalls. Imagine the drone footage that what we're going to be able to see and experience in this virtual world. Very cool. All right, this next video. This is what I want to close up with before we get to questions. And we'll stay on a few more minutes if anybody has more questions. This is an important thing for us in Christian broadcasters to really dive into. And it's this next video, and I've seen multiples of these already. High quality, 360. It feels like real life. Okay, this feels like real life. This is a video, and this video is called Stardust. And it's designed for kids. And it is like, if you're a kid, imagine a kid in that mindset. Like, we believe what we see on TV. Like, even us as adults, we believe what we see on social media. This thing is designed to be real. And I went in here to see what this is about because I'm shaking my head no, because I don't like what he's talking about. He's talking about where do we come from? How did we even start in this life? And he's talking about the Big Bang Theory and all this stuff. And he spins around. So right here, I'm going into this world and this is what it looks like. So I want us to understand, even in the entertainment industry, we have a responsibility and an opportunity to, these things are going to be used for stuff that we don't agree with, but it's our responsibility to help bring the things that we know and we believe in and bring it to life. Like this right here is talking about how the Big Bang, the atom was all created, all this stuff. These platforms are free so people can do this stuff. But here's the thing. Don't just look at this and say, they shouldn't be doing that. No, we need to start looking at it and saying, okay, what are we going to do with this? It's free to us too. And it's a great responsibility. I don't know if you've ever been to the Creation Museum, and hopefully maybe they'll see this video. They have a great spot that you go into, and it has this screen, and they're giving like this footage of like when God spoke creation into creation. Like he said, let the earth be, all that stuff, all the land. Very cool experience. Imagine that in this, where it really feels like you're there and experiencing it. We have this opportunity to bring this stuff. These tools are coming. So let us also do our part where we can, like where God's blessed you, however he has skilled you, use it, come up with thoughts, be thinking, asking questions, trying to figure out how can we help these people. With that, I want to go ahead and wrap up. We're going to go to some comments, see if there's any questions. So if you guys have questions, put them in. Our next webinar will be on May 20th. It'll be the third Friday next month because we have a conference that we'll be at. So I just want to give you a heads up. You'll see that on social media. But with that, I hope you guys found this this helpful and just kind of get your mind going a little bit about this metaverse thing is a real deal. This is not a joke. Follow us at Killer Bee. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe and help us be able to grow the channel so we can help more of you stations, more of you Christian broadcasters, of your podcasters, whatever it may be, TV broadcasting. That'll help us be able to help you. With that, Olivia, do you have any questions that you want to talk about or any comments you want to put up on the screen before we wrap up today?
Yeah, here is one from Maddie. So she wants to know, how can a burger be delicious?
Well, let me tell you, first off, a lot of people might say the calorie count is amazing. The burger was really not delicious at all. But when I picked it up, I actually picked up the burger, and this is how crazy. This is what people are scripting. When I put it to my mouth, it goes and it disappears. When you drink drinks, the drinks go away. We're working on the campsite right now where you put the marshmallow. We're gonna make it where you put the marshmallow on the stick, and when you put it in the fire, after so much time, it'll actually start cooking. It'll change colors, but we haven't even got there. I mean, we're just touching the base. But yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
There's very low calories. Coke Zero is really a Coke Zero. Did you see Coke has a Coke product in there now? They actually have a Coke product.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it really is
I
0
think
calories, 0 sugar. It really is.
I think what it will do as well is, like, when you see a commercial and you're like, oh, that looks good, I want to go out and get it. When you do that in there, say Wendy's, then you're like, oh, I got to go out and get some Wendy's. So it's just another way to, while it might not necessarily taste good in the moment, it's a great,
Seriously.
experience that you'll then go have in real life.
So I'll tell you, Olivia, how the Wendy's thing went through as you were going through that, and anybody that's listening. I went to the Wendyverse just to experience it. I took a picture in there because I'm like, oh, they have a thing where you can go get free nuggets. I'll check that out later. We flew to Texas, and when we got to Texas, my wife said, hey, when you're at the radio station, I was wondering, like, where should we go for lunch? I was like, oh, you know what? Hey, go to wendyverse.com and put in this, you can go in there, and since I went to Wendyverse, you guys can get 10 free nuggets. So they both did it, and they got free nuggets and went to Wendy's, I think. But that's their option was like, hey, we got free food. So people are going there and doing that. So you got anything else there?
Yeah, I don't know if you'll have the answer or the time to answer this one right now, but it says, what are the high-level details of occupying and building space like you've done for Killer Bee? So is that like you have to code it or something?
The buildings itself, like that we're building, is very simple. You just have to be like a little creative, because all it does, like the scripting, you can leave the scripting aside. You can find videos on YouTube and stuff like that. So just leave that aside for now. If you go into the buildings, Evan, what it does is it brings out blocks. Everything is built with objects and blocks. So they have so much space for animation, so much space for objects and textures. So everything that you saw in that world, like the palm trees, the rope lights, those were built with either squares, circles, or cylinders. And what we did is you have to really think creatively and say, okay, like the rope lights, we thought we want rope lights. So we just shrunk down a square and made it really thin and stretched it out, made it look like a line and connected multiple ones. And then we took a circle object, put a couple rings and make it look like a light bulb. And they have a paint that is it's a glow paint. So we chose the color and hit the light, that ball, and it made it glow like a light bulb. So it actually does light up. The trees that are on the ground in that world have lights on the ground that we lit up. We just painted that with glow light, and it actually makes it reflect at nighttime. So it's not that difficult. The scripting side can get a little bit more advanced. Windows, you can't just choose windows. We had to use a letter I because you can make it transparent and make it really big in the world. So a lot of creative things you can do to make it do what you want. If radio stations, I see this as something that I could see us wanting to do, create these worlds. Hey, reach out to Killer Bee. We're going in that direction. So if you need someone to build a world, maybe we'll be able to help you out with that as well.
And also your kids' Minecraft skills are not going to waste.
Yeah, they're not.
Just like, the different careers that kids will have in the future of build this digital world will be, I want to learn Minecraft now.
Olivia, let me tell you this real quick. Everybody's listening. If you guys, radio broadcasters, you guys listening, my brother Paul, he actually built, like, I'm a big record, these are my record. I'm a big record person right here. I collect records. He built a record player that literally, it's there. You go and you pick up a record, you put it on the player, the needle comes down, and it plays whatever music is on those records. Dude, like, it's legit. You can do this. So yeah, you can get pretty advanced with it.
There's one more question. Do you want it or?
Yeah, sure. Go right ahead.
Okay. So Tom
Oh
Curie.
no,
Okay.
Tom Curie. I know this guy.
Okay. He says, do you think misrepresentation of a person's likeness would be an issue? Say they show you have a full head of hair, but in real life they don't. I mean, I honestly think people do that now on social. I
think
mean,
Tom does
filters,
that.
like people use pictures from like 13 years ago. Like, I don't think it's going to be,
Well, even the 89-year-old lady that I met, she doesn't look 89 because they don't
Right.
let you make yourself look that old. So,
Right.
you gotta kind of take it. But hey, some people aren't that like savvy. Like, you
Heavy.
actually have like a profile where you can go and you can see a person's real picture and then their character. And I've seen them like, okay, well, they look, you can see like ones that look really a lot alike, and you can see some like, wait a minute. I'm not gonna go into details, but I'll just say, yeah, people are gonna do that. I've already
Yeah.
seen it. So
Yeah. And I don't, like I said, I don't think it's any different of what people already are doing. You can make yourself look like how you want to on
yes.
social.
And I
So
know Tom, he's just asking that because he doesn't have hair, and he always brags. That's one of my younger brothers, Olivia. And he's
gotcha.
always been very jealous of my hair. And he lost his when he was very young, so it's very cut short. He's probably looking for a place to escape to, like the metaverse, where he can have hair, feel it blowing in the wind. So I understand, Tom. I understand.
Good luck, Tom.
Okay.
Try Rogaine.
Try Rogaine. That's advice from Meta Olivia. Well, listen, everybody, thank you for joining us today. We hope you guys found this information helpful. Most of all, I hope it helps you start thinking a little bit more about where things are going. Be following us. Go to killerbeemarketing.com. Sign up for our email. We're going to be continuing to go down this path, teaching you more. Join our YouTube. We're going to have videos teaching you, showing more things, quick little questions like that just to be thinking about. Send us more questions in your comments. We love to see them and respond to them. And your questions could lead to more questions that lead to more questions. That's what this is all about. No question is off limits. Even how does a burger taste in Metaverse? Even that. And it tastes the same as a filet mignon. Let me just tell you, exact same. But you guys, thanks for joining us. Again, thank you so much for everything that you do. Just realize that, this is an area that we're stepping into that, again, it's a mission field. If you're in Christian broadcasting, if you're a business, you can use it in several different ways as well, which I'm sure you're already thinking.